There are many different fan fiction stories over the years I've simply skimmed through or, to put another way, taken a quick glance at, but I don't remember those very well. There are, however, a select few fan fiction stories that I really like, have read out loud, or at least in or in two cases anyway, am in the process of reading. One of these fan fiction stories that I would say is in my quote inner circle is one called Secrets of an Emotional Mind. It's based on the movie Inside Out, which is about how you have these emotions like fear, anger, joy, disgust, sadness that are personified, turned into characters. It turns out that everyone has something in their mind called headquarters where the emotions are. That's where they use the main control console to influence people's decisions and actions. And there's all these memories, both short term and long term. In the story, Secrets of Emotional Mind, you have, but these emotions all have parents that they then end up meeting. It's really heartwarming. Another this story is shorter. It's only 16 chapters long. Another one of my favorite fan fiction stories is called Severus Snape and the Second Chance. The idea of this story is that after Severus Snape is killed in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, he goes to King's Cross Station, or he goes to what you could say is a purgatory type place. He talks with Albus Dumbledore there, and Dumbledore reveals that the Fates have decided to give Severus Snape a second chance at life, so he's sent back to when he was a child, still in school. We see him change his life for the better, correct all the mistakes he made during his first life. It's again really heartwarming. This story's a bit longer. It's like 60, 70 chapters long. Another one is called The Heartbound Saga, or HBS. It's based on the How to Train Your Dragon movies. Well, Severus Snape and the Second Chance based on Harry Potter. So in the Heartbound Saga, it's revealed that the dragons have this secret method of communication called thought speak that involves them basically projecting their thoughts to another's mind. So it's not that they literally talk the way that a human would, but it still allows them to communicate. This is something that humans were unaware of, but then Hiccup becomes aware of this, and then he tells everyone else about it, which changes everything. This story actually has 10 different books in it. Each of these books has at least 10 chapters. So this story is actually a lot longer than the other two I just mentioned. Another one of my favorite stories is called Embrace It. Well, the first story in this little series called Instincts, and then the next one is called Embrace It. Both of these stories are based on the Disney movie Zootopia. In Primal Instincts, Nick Wilde is exposed to Night Howler's serum, but because he has a very strong will, he's able to actually resist its effects enough to where he doesn't go completely savage. That would be where he just attacks anyone and everyone around him without any kind of rational thought at all. Throughout the story, Embrace It, we see Nick become primal, where he finds a balance between being savage and civilized, or he can choose to become a bit more savage at will while still retaining his mind. The story also focuses on his relationship with Judy Hopps. Another one of my favorite stories is called The Order Redeems. This one is based on Star Wars. It's we The story starts after season 5 of the Clone Wars, where Ahsoka by the end of the season left the Jedi Order and left Anakin as well. So at the beginning, we see that Anakin is very, very sad that Ahsoka has left. Him and Obi-Wan, fortunately, do end up looking for Ahsoka to make sure she's okay. They find her. This leads to a whole series of events where everything changes for the better because Palpatine is actually killed. All the bad things that happen in the movies, like the Empire being formed, the Jedi Order being wiped out, all these bad things are completely avoided. Another one of my favorite stories is called Lion King 2 The Aftermath. This is like a 2-3 chapter long story that's set after Lion King 2 Simba's Pride, focusing primarily on the characters of Kovu and Kiara. Another one of my favorite stories is called Riding a Sunset. It's based on the Transformers movies, though more specifically, it's based on the Bumblebee movie, not the Michael Bay Transformers films. The difference of this story is it is one that is currently being updated, unlike all the other ones I mentioned that are not being updated anymore. This is also a longer story. There's 95 chapters right now, and it seems like the story is going to continue for quite some time. Another one of my favorite stories is called Season 6. This is a fan fiction version of Cobra Kai Season 6. The actual Season 6 has not been released yet, probably won't be released for quite a good amount of time. But this story is one I really enjoy. It shows one possible direction that Season 6 could go. There's 104 chapters right now, though admittedly, each chapter is not that long. The chapters are all fairly short. And let's see. I think that's it right there. Yeah, those right there are all my favorite fan fiction stories. The ones I would say are in my inner circle. That's the way I choose to think of it.